As liberals bash racist Trump, Navajo Code talker shuts them up with epic one-liner. President Donald Trump referred to Senator Elizabeth Warren as Pocahontas during the ceremony honoring Native American code talkers. Of course, liberals flew off the handle, calling Trump a racist yet again, but their attacks would be short-lived as one of the World War II veterans broke their silence to shut up the leftist whiners with an epic one-liner. You'd have to be an idiot not to know that Trump loves this country and those who serve in the military. Although the left would tell you otherwise, he proved just that during a ceremony honoring the Navajo Code talkers. For those unaware, the Code talkers were a group of Marines who could all speak Navajo because most of them were Native Americans themselves. As the language was complex and not remotely like any others, people thought it would be the perfect, unbreakable code to send over the radio during various missions. As it turns out, they were right, and the idea was very successful, with some saying that the outcome of the war would have been different if it weren't for those men. Being the straight shooter that he is, President Donald Trump decided to use the opportunity to bash Elizabeth Warren, a Democrat senator who once lied about being a Native American in hopes of furthering her career. During his remarks, Trump made it perfectly clear that these men were heroes, unlike other phony imposters. "You were here long before any of us were here," the president said before adding, "although we have a representative in Congress who they say was here a long time ago. They call her Pocahontas." Of course, it wasn't long before liberals became unglued. With nearly everyone on the left coming out of the woodwork to bash Trump and dub him a racist, it wasn't long before others started telling them to get their panties untwisted. At first, it was none other than White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Of course, the liberal media attempted their usual tactics, trying to back her into a corner, but she was ready for the fight. When asked about the so-called racial slur that Trump used, Sanders simply responded by saying, "I think what most people find offensive is Senator Warren lying about her heritage to advance her career. But, that's not all." As it turns out, one of the Navajo Code talkers honored by Trump has most recently broken his silence. In fact, the man issued a stunning one-liner that put each and every one of the leftist whiners in their place. According to the Gateway pundit, Bloomberg correspondent and CNN analyst Joshua Green spoke with Thomas Begay, who didn't hesitate with his response. "The Marines made us yell Geronimo when we jumped out of planes, and that didn't offend me either. The left is afraid of their own shadow. With everyone offended over this or that, it seems that no one is able to simply ignore things that they don't like. Instead, the entire world has to shut down and stop when someone does something wrong because liberals seem to think that no one should ever have their feelings hurt. In all reality, the best things can happen under the guise of what some may find offensive. Shockingly, the left always wants people to be triggered, even when they're not. A little word to the wise, if the people who you think should be offended aren't, then just move on. Being offended really doesn't do any good. Liberals need to hear this man's words, so make sure you share this.